One says two.
Good stuff.
Get into the salty sounds.
Salty.
We've got waters, but we've also got beers.
Yeah, we'll start with the beers.
Beauty.
Excellent.
Bloody mower.
Okay, cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers for having me.
Ooh. Shout out to Mr. Jeff Ross, Mel Brewing Company.
Yeah.
No, these are from Pack and Safe. But
I was going to say free beers.
oh, if you want a Jeff, you know.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Does a good farm, old Jeff. Just came out. It's carbon neutral. I think it's the first certified farm in New Zealand that's carbon neutral.
What does that mean?
Means they offset all of the cow farts.
No shit.
And I think also all of the
How the hell do they do that?
all of the transport.
Yeah.
Well, they got trees and grass, man.
Right. I see. So it's just a farm for trees and grass.
And animals. Yeah.
How does it offset the methane?
Well, they're doing a little bit of regenerative agriculture. They're also, as I said, planting trees. My uncle's done some consulting with them. He does a thing called Trees for Bees.
Yeah.
It's all about trying to get high carbon sequestering plants on board. Having natives and things, so native bees, producing bees, got the feed all year round so they don't die.
Yep.
You know, that's also good for your pastures because it pollinates things and you get better yield and all that sort of jazz.
Yep.
Looking at stocking rates, I think Jeff's son Finn, I think it's Finn, might be Flynn. Finn, I'm pretty sure. he studies ecology, so he's quite keen on aquatic ecologies in particular. I think he's looking at kelp forests. They're going backwards, I think, is what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Old Finn had an amazing video the other day. They just went into Fiordland for the Wapiti ballot, and he just went for a little cruise up the hill and didn't take his rifle, took his camera, grabbed some footage, and he was up in this. We heard this big bang and a waterfall, and it's like, what's that? Goes and checks it out, and there's this big hybrid bull, so Wapiti / red kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And he was cruising at that, and he saw a hind and a fawn, and
without his rifle.
cow and a calf, I guess you call them.
Yeah.
And then this bull stag goes along the waterfall and takes a bit of a tumble and regathers himself, and he's all good. And then all of a sudden the cow comes out and she goes across the waterfall and she slipped and right down in front of his face.
Oh.
It was like, Jesus, nature's medal right there.
Yeah, no shit. Fucking on a platter.
and
platter.
Yeah, no rifle, no knife. And he's like, oh, bugger.
Yeah.
Especially for a man that only eats wild meat, like that's probably a bit heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, bro, it's teasing him. Okay, to take it back to the offsetting the carbon what?
So just the amount of carbon that they're sequestering. It's a big station, Lake Hawea Station.
Yeah.
Offsets any transport that they bring in and out.
Yeah,
and
it makes sense there, bro. Just put a little bit of fucking effort can go a long way. Well, I'm sure it's not a little bit of effort, but just thinking about these things to future-proof ourselves.
Yeah, man.
Because money is throwing in so much greed for everybody, and that just disappears. People don't think about the bees. People don't think about the methane.
Yeah.
They think about the money in their pocket and the food that they're sending off overseas,
and I think like not don't know the guys, but just sort of observe them. But Moa beer and 42 below, they've made some profits.
Yeah.
But I think when you have someone like Jeff and his wife Jussie sort of look at things from a marketing perspective, looking at things from a consumer-centric perspective and taking a world view on it, and being pragmatic and being like, say, also we need food. Meat is the most nutrient dense. Fibers, pretty regenerative, I guess. A sheep grows a fleece every year.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure people will have an argument around that, but there's that's a matter of opinion on the inverted commas cruelty of that, and there'll be plenty of farmers. Just look at old Shrek. He was the prime example of missing a few musters, but I think there was another one the other year too. Like if you can, keep your outputs low, then very good. And I think another thing that Lake Highway Station has done, so there's a Professor David Norton from Canterbury. He does ecology and forestry, and he's sort of had a bit to do with them. And he's looking at ecology of especially high country, like trying to balance and manage and incentivize looking after it and making it productive. And so if it can be productive, then you can also have it natural as well. Yeah. So get that high country tussock looking place, native forest, and integrate farmland.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, I'm not much of a farm boy myself, but I'm all for all of that. And what's the word I'm looking for? Like natural reuse of materials and like hemp.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Put that way.
A bit closer so you can hear me swallow.
Yeah, that'd be good. well, that was the annoying thing about Joe. I was getting plenty of swallows. Not when it bounced off me. Fuck. We've got 2 channels. Yeah. Nah, him just down the road, eh? That's another great country calendar. The guys, is it Otani? Yeah, Otani. Yeah, they're growing hemp, but
no shit.
Like in health realm, like CBD oil, it blows my mind that those guys grow a bunch of seed, send it to Canada, it gets processed, then sent back to us. Yeah. And there's only one person that's allowed to use it on label, which is multiple sclerosis.
No shit.
Yeah, but chronic pain. Yeah. Epilepsy. Yeah. Concussion. Arthritis.
Yeah, man, the benefits for it out the gate. So.
List goes on. The old don't want to call it a panacea, but hearing good tales. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, right. Speaking of country calendar, have you seen the Fred Dag country calendar? That's a favourite, man. Oh fuck, he's got like 12 sons called Trevor. Trev. Yeah. Me and my mate Ethan call each other Trev because of that. Yeah, fuck, it's a classic. And when you were talking about pastures before, it made me think of it because he's standing in a river. And he's trying to pick up the water, and he's like, the pasture here is a bit too moist. Cows can't really get a grip on it. Like, it's classic, man. You got to watch it.
Fuck, what is the guy behind Fred Dag? He's got another skit.
John Clark.
John Clark, yes. Yeah, that's the fella. When he moved to Australia, he's got the skit, and he's being a politician. He's being interviewed sort of on Talk Back.
When the front fell off.
Yeah, you're thinking of the exact same thing. Is it supposed to do that? No, of course not. Yeah.
The front's not supposed to fall off.
for a start, the front's supposed to fall off. Shit, yes. What was that? Don't know how lucky we are.
Yeah, bro.
Weren't for your gumboots. Yeah. Classic.
Fuck yeah. He died not too long ago, eh?
R.I.P.
Yeah. He's a legend.
So on Thursday night, Freestyle Thursdays. What was the Big Les show?
Big Les, you haven't seen the Big Les show?
I hadn't seen the Big Les show, and as Jack was saying, that was an education.
Literally, our childhood education. Yeah, it's just I think that Aussie fellas, they just make YouTube videos, like YouTube animation videos.
Is it new?
Nah, it's a few years old. I actually have no idea. Probably 5+ years old. Yeah, but it's like an animation. It's fucking ridiculous but hilarious. It's your classic comedy. Like it's right up our alley, man. It's hilarious. Yeah, you've got to watch a couple of videos. Yeah, and then you won't stop.
down a Big Les rabbit hole.
Yeah, man, no shit.
Have you been tuning into Inspired Unemployed?
Yes, they're hilarious. They're funny as fuck, man.
what did he have this morning? A North Face jacket and a like a shirt with like bacon and eggs, and they were taking the piss out of Americans.
Yeah.
Or as real estate agents, they're good.
Yeah. It's the beauty of the internet nowadays, eh? You can make money off literally anything.
I hope they're making money. They deserve it.
Oh, they fucking surely would be. Fucking hope.
Yeah, they've been plugging a few things, eh?
Yeah.
Nah, I'd be a useless plugger for beers. I'm gluten intolerant.
Oh, no shit. Is that why you're drinking those?
No, they're beers.
Yeah?
Yeah, just
can't have too many.
No, well, you can't have too many beers anyway, but...
Wow. Big to differ.
Depends on your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend, probably not beers, but there'll be some beverages sunk. Old Wilkinson, are you going on that?
Didn't get a ticket. I just saw the boys talking about it in the group chat today, but...
Is anyone going, or is it...
Yeah, they're all going. But I assume it's D&B. Yeah, I don't know Wilkinson off the bat, but I'm sure I've heard his songs, and I'm sure I'd fucking enjoy the show.
I think he's done what? Maybe 2 Auckland shows. Wellington show was the first show.
Yeah,
looked pretty massive.
I'll probably end up going. Yeah, depends how high the fence is.
It's at the showground. It's coming out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll get there.
Know a guy.
Yeah. Well, I'll fucking walk in with a ladder or something.
Yeah, hivers.
Yeah.
Camera. Lanyard.
Yeah. We just need Jack with us.
I was about to say,
Get some media passes.
Surely Jack, can get a media pass. Yeah. Hamish Pickman.
Yeah.
Hook the boys up.
Yeah, bro. Sure, all it'll take is a phone call.
So you said on Thursday, like, excuse me, wrong hole, that like your little Spotify, it's 2018, and the Suns, something ultra New Zealand. We've had Seamus and Joe on here, of course.
Yeah, bro. Fuck yeah.
Haven't released a thing, yet you've sold out a show.
How fucking crazy, yeah.
So
unreal,
how does that go down?
Honestly, bro, it's just the collective. Like, it's people love seeing something different, and when you've got 4 such uniquely awesome artists in one group bringing something different every couple minutes, it's keeping people enticed and it's keeping people intrigued, and they fucking love it. I mean, like, I've jumped around a few bands and been looking for a group for fucking years, like since I started making music, because I really love doing things with people. I'm a really people person. I find my have you seen Into the Wild? Christopher McCandless.
Yeah,
Happiness
I've read it as well. Yeah,
no shit. Happiness only real when shared. Like, that's
cool.
I took that on a lot. Like, when I could go out and have a great time by myself, but it wouldn't feel like I'm having that great time until I can either tell someone the story or have someone with me there to look at them, shake their hand, and be like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome!" You know.
Is that what he left in the bus?
That's what he wrote in his book, as after he got poisoned, and yeah. So
that was a disaster, right?
Yeah. But so to me, finding that collective of people. Like, I've been wanting this to come out of Hawke's Bay for years now. You know, like, for us to be able to do it is fucking awesome. And I think a lot of people have been waiting for it as well. Since Homebrew, you know, there hasn't really been a rap collective to come out of Hawke's Bay that's doing what we're doing. Yeah. So I think people are just have been waiting for it, and now that it's here, it's just fucking gonna go boom. And it is.
Yeah, you brought up Homebrew. That's what's been, when I saw you guys going on, I was like, fuck, this is cool. Like, Homebrew was carnage. Like, shit, whoops. I was in uni, and I was in Auckland, and fuck, I've got this poster from Homebrew art. So after Rhythm and Vines in 2011, we heard them at Baywatch, then heard them at the main stage. I'm pretty sure they got kicked off the stage because they just kept going. And yeah, then they're like, yeah, we're releasing an album, and that was it. That was that bloody Rhythm and Vines. I think it took another like 3 months to come out. Was that Girl Songs? No, that might have been that piece. But yeah, fuck, they were just off the Richter. And then, they went into a week into Dunedin, and just when the Dunedin Stadium opened up, and I remember seeing videos of that, just being like, holy shit.
Yeah, bro. Tom
That
Scott.
was when Twitter was starting to get a hold of New Zealand as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck. Do you remember UTV on the telly?
Yeah.
So it was kind of interactive music channel, and you used to just like tweet in or be on their Facebook page and stuff. And it mustn't have been that many people watching, because I just used to yarn with the team. I won shitloads of stuff off them.
Oosh.
Like that rhythm once, I won a tent, couple of sleeping bags, mattress. But the downside is I didn't find out till after I got back.
Classic.
So I still got the sleeping bag, the air mattress, a drinks cooler, and the tent. I still got the tent.
Well, it's probably a good thing. If you'd taken it, you wouldn't have had any of it.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Left it all there.
Pretty sure someone did a bit of a 5-finger discount.
Yeah.
Probably jumped on it, but no, it was it was still worthwhile. But yeah, homebrew, that was just massive, and possibly too massive. like you listen to Tom and the Avondale Bowling Club stuff now, you're like, that was big. That was massive. Like for New Zealand, that was massive.
Absolutely. Avondale Bowling Club is off the fucking chain, man. Having the live jazz band behind them, and Tom Scott is an unreal lyricist. Like,
he's fucking smart,
Yeah. The best lyricist I've ever come across in my life.
Yeah.
Maybe apart from Seamus. He's a fucking weapon, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can definitely relate.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah. And so, is that where they'll trying to freestyle comes about? Like just trying to get some ideas in your head? And is that helping you write or no?
I've been on a bit of a hiatus writing for a while, but like the Freestyle Thursdays, it's something that we've talked about for a long time. Like the ideas being there, and we've all had the ability and the talent and everything to be able to do it. We just needed someone to push us to do it, to say this is happening. That's where Jack came in, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, how did Jack come in?
We probably just fucking talked about it. I can't remember the specifics, but we would just talked about it because we went around for Thursday beers every Thursday before all this anyway.
Oh, so that was just a thing.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, and we would have talked about it one time, and then probably within a few days he was like, next Thursday we're doing it here, I'm going live on the Misfit channel and we're doing this is how it's going to run, you know. Like all it needed was that one person to just be like, this is happening now, and then we're all like, yep, we're there. And now we're fucking 15 weeks in, 16 weeks in, and having the best fucking time. But I don't think it's definitely helping with freestyle. I don't think it's helping with writing as such. Well, I guess I haven't fucking tried. I've probably got more to write about now that all this is going on. But that's helping hugely with freestyling, and yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. Thank you for coming the other week, by the way.
I was stoked. Like, you know, a bit like you guys saying that you're going to do it. I was a bit the same. Like, I was pretty keen on going to Paisley 2 Thursdays ago, but I don't know what happened. I think. Yeah, I know what happened. I went to the gym. It was a bit like tonight, you know. Yeah. You messaged me just before. You're like, oh, I'm nearly there. I'm like, I'm down some dinner.
Let the record show I was only about 20 minutes late, which is not bad.
Well, I said 7:30 or 8, and so
did you?
You were prior to 8, so
then I was early. Okay.
No, it's good. But yeah. So I did make the old Paisley. I don't know. I'm used to say when it comes to Hawke's Bay.
Yeah.
Bloody Napier just seems ages away.
Yeah.
I drive to Te Kaupara fortnightly, so it's odd. Yeah, like 5-hour drive for me is not so bad.
Yeah.
I found a shortcut.
Yeah,
it's 4.5 hours now.
Yeah.
There is a shortcut to Hamilton if you go.
No shit.
So you I probably shouldn't say this, but yeah, you turn off at Litchfield Sawmill and you take Old Topol Road.
Yeah.
Go along the Waikato River. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
But a bit windy.
Is it? It used to be a gravel road, eh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, surely that used to be the main road.
Oh, true.
With a name like Old Topol Road. Who knows?
Yeah, makes sense.
Some South Waikato person's going, nah,
yeah,
that's what's good.
Yeah. So the 5-hour drive seems like muscle memory, but you can't. Yeah. You can't be fucked in a half hour.
Well, no, I think it's just traffic. Small towns and traffic.
We're getting worse around here, eh?
Did you see that? I think it was today. Someone's TikTok and Reels. they like had a picture of someone up Roy's Peak in Wanaka being like, this is what people think New Zealand looks like. This is what it really looks like. It was just road cones.
Yeah. What else are we going to spend our tax money on?
Oh, yeah. And it's good as well because, like, you know, I'm driving that main highway quite a bit, and road cones all the time.
Yeah, bro.
And then you come to a long weekend and the road cones disappear, and you're like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's crazy how much they use. Do you know how much a road cone is worth?
No,
I think like one road cone's like fucking $80-$90.
Nice.
And then they put them every fucking 100 millimeters, you know, within each other. It's fucking crazy.
You're driving in Waipokoro, it's hopeless, eh? Take Middle Road going to Waipa. Waipokoro. Yeah, it's there's always road codes on the main road. Yeah. I bet your brethren's own a road code business. I reckon they'd be a brethren business.
Why do you say that?
They invest in some of the like things that you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like the you know, on a industrial step, say like a workplace or something, they'll have that grip, that line of grip on the edge of the step. Yeah, that's a brethren business.
Okay.
Lots of office furniture.
Oh shit.
Desks.
What's the point in the grip?
I don't know. Just like a safety thing.
Oh, okay. So they know where they're going.
It'll be on some sort of health and safety code. Mate, you're a Sparky.
Yeah. I've worked on plenty of sites where brethren's run it. You're not allowed music, no radio.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, they don't listen to any sort of music.
Yeah,
which is quite crazy because it's like our main tool, you know.
Yeah, the Makita. Yeah. Which brand?
Milwaukee.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Don't say Makita too loudly.
it's another Reels TikTok thing, eh? Like people racing their drills to drill things in.
True.
And the DeWalt always puts out, eh? My old neighbour, he'll be filthy. Yeah. He had all the DeWalt gears.
Ah, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Which was handy. That's what I was talking to a patient today. I was like, he's retired and he's saying about how he's started working in his workshop and around his house he's been concreting a whole lot of stuff. And he said, I started at the back because then no one would see my shoddy work. He said, I'm getting better now. And I was like, yeah, it's a bit like you see someone chucking a curb at you, like, oh, that was fast. It can't be that hard. Yeah. And then I said the same thing. I was like, I've only built a fence once. And that was with my neighbour and he's a builder. But he goes to me, I'm no better than you. I've just got more tools and I've used them a bit more. Yeah. I'm sure Sparky's not the same.
Well, the thing with being a Sparky is it's the invisible fucking killer, man. It's like it looks like nothing's going on, but you touch it and you're fucked. You know, you got to be fucking careful. I've had some hell belts, man. Because I wear this fucking big gold watch as well. I've stuck my hand in behind the switchboard and fucking been zapped on the belt, and I've been holding the door, like a metal door frame of the switchboard, hits my belt, hits my watch, feels like it like fucking tightens up around my wrist, and then you feel it go across your chest and fucking out your fingertips, out the fucking metal door. It's fucking lethal, man. I've had some fucking nasty ones.
Not to freak you out, man, but I had this dude that patient that worked in transmission places where the big cable comes in and goes out.
Big power stations.
Yeah, power stations. And he'd blown out his hand. I was just like, bugger that.
Yeah, bro. You blow holes in your fucking hand.
Yeah.
You blow holes in your feet if you're wearing bare feet. Because electricity takes the path of least resistance. So when if you're not wearing rubber boots, your feet are ground. Yeah. So it'll take through your whole body to your feet. I think if it's like long, like that's why they put RCDs in. If it's longer than a certain amount of fucking seconds, you fry all your internal organs. Jeez. So if there's no protection on the board, you're pretty well fucked. If you get locked onto something.
Don't do that.
No.
Yes, we've got a wooden table.
Yeah. Be a few conversations where you need it.
Yeah, no. I worked at aluminium smelter down in Invercargill.
Oh shit.
In the pot line.
Yeah.
And they show you this video of just like a drop of water going into molten aluminium. Mm-hmm. It makes a big bomb.
Really?
Yes, I can't quite remember what's happening, but I'm pretty sure it's just so hot in there that the water just expands like so fast, and just molten aluminium goes everywhere.
Out the gate. Fuck, that's interesting.
It's pretty sketchy when you're walking over. So they're called pots. So it's probably a 30-metre long furnace with all these doors on it, and they have cathodes at the top, and it's the base of it is an anode. So they'll change out a pot every few hundred days or whatever it is, but they've got to rotate the cathodes around.
Yep.
That's right, eh? Anodes.
Yeah.
One of the ways.
Yeah.
And so your job's to go along, take the hoods off because they want to keep the heat in there, and keep it efficient, and kind of get all the junk away from this big walkway that's in between the pots, and then this big crane comes in, pulls it out, chucks in a new one, sprays it with aluminium ore, and then you've got to go back along, sweep all the dust back into the pot, and close the hood again. So you just go on these little bursts of about 3 or 4 minutes, standing above. It's probably like 90 degrees in the middle of the catwalk, and go back outside. And it was the middle of summer. Not that it gets that hot in the cold, but go drown yourself under the tap outside.
Fuck yeah, loose, man.
Sit outside under the louvers, which is creating a little bit of breeze.
And I thought fucking going in a ceiling was a mish.
No, that's a mish, man.
Oh, bro, on a hot summer's day, it gets fucking like 50 degrees in there, eh? It's fucked. It's fucked. You come out literally swimming in your overalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lethal. And the pink bats and the... fuck, I shouldn't complain too much. There's definitely worse out there, but... It's not fun when you're doing it.
Do you like Carl Barron?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Carl Barron.
Yeah, what does he say? He's like, I was a roofer. It's a pretty shit job.
Yeah.
Did it for 13 years. Still a shit job.
Yeah, it's the truth, man.
Fucking Carl. So you self-censored yourself on Thursday when you're on a Tinder. What was Joe's song? In your eyes or something? Looking into your eyes.
I don't know. It would have been made up on the spot, but fucking.
You were just like, oh, I can't say that.
Man, like when I freestyle, I just fucking can't get away from filthy fucking thoughts. No shit. Like when I'm writing, it's all PG and normal and a bit of swearing. It's just like speaking my thoughts. But when I'm freestyling, it's like every time I can't think of a word that rhymes with something filthy rhymes with it perfectly, and it's right on the tip of my tongue, and I'm just, oh, fuck it, let's go. And then it's on, but fuck yeah, I was about to fucking throw myself under the bus a few times there. So I had to stop myself.
Live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was kind of forgetting about that, eh? Yeah, I was just kind of thinking in front of the garage, like, oh, go on, mate, that'd be classic.
Yeah.
No, you love on Instagram.
Oh, bro, it makes it quite tricky, eh? Like having that camera there. Like we freestyle all the time, having a few beers, just chilling, and it all seems to come so freely and so naturally. As soon as that camera is put on you, it just creates this tiny little blockage, just a tiny little block on your head that is enough to make you overthink everything and not really get out what you want to say until you really forget that it's on. That's why I put the glasses on, just to, like, for a few reasons. Like, I've usually got my eyes shut when I start getting into it anyway, and I kind of worry about people tripping out about me having my eyes shut, and I don't want to even have that thought to distract me. Yeah. So I put the glasses on. I also kind of like to peer out, like have my head down, but like look up and check people's reactions without having to react for people's reactions and throw myself off. And what was the first thing we were talking about?
When you're getting too dirty in your freestyle.
Yeah. Oh, having the fucking live camera and to stop staring at the camera and thinking, fuck, there's 1,000+ people out there looking. What are they thinking? What are they doing? Because as soon as you have one little thought in your head, it's kind of gone. You've got to not think at all, almost. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because there's so many thoughts running through and coming out your mouth, but you've got to not have any thoughts whatsoever. You've kind of just got to let it happen. Which I guess is where it becomes dirty. I'm a filthy motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Exactly. You're just the one doing it on camera. It's like a porno. Yeah. that was kind of what Joe said. Hey, I'm a porn for people's entertainment.
Yeah, bro. Porn for your ears.
No, it's cool. So, like, has there been much feedback? Like, you hear Joe Rogan say don't read the comments, but like
yeah, I don't read I read the comments after we post it, but you can't see the comments that are coming up in the live because you'd have to be watching the video. When you post the live video, it takes everyone's comments away, and then it starts with a fresh set of comments that people can comment on the video that's been posted, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, who knows what might be being said.
Yeah, I think when one of our first couple, it got a bit fucking heated in there, right? In the comment sections. I remember one of, I think it was Jack's missus, Mickey, that was reading the comments. And she comes down and said, man, the comment section was out of it tonight. Like, people just being fucking cunts to this girl that was in there, going on her profile and talking about her photos and like fucking just putting each other down. It was fucked up, man. Like, for the message that we try to spread, it was like, I think the next episode, Jenny started off with, all you frothing groms, you just fucking take it easy in the comment sections. And it seemed to quieten down after that.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, people get into it, eh?
It's amazing, eh? Like, fuck, imagine if you were at a show and you just started like hurling, I guess there's the odd scrap that happens in the crowd. That's not unknown, unheard of. But yeah, imagine if that like got picked up in the broadcast or something like that.
Yeah, and fucking throw you off.
It'd be like it's a focus. Some dude thought it was a good idea to try and jump on the stage. Security guards nabbed him mid-ear.
Mid-ear. Oh shit! They've been waiting for it. This is my moment. This is what I'm here for.
This is what I'm here for.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not watching this. I've got the biggest, beefiest bloody earmuffs and earplugs in that I can possibly get, and I'm looking at these losers, and then this guy
waits till he sees someone eyeing it up, and then he'll eye it up from the side and just come in from a big fucking sideways tackle. That would have been epic to watch.
What a job!
Yeah.
How were the ears after drums in your ears on Thursday night?
How are my eardrums?
Yeah.
Sitting next to the drum kit.
Yeah.
Not bad, eh? Like, I've played drums. Started when I was maybe 7 till 15, 16 maybe. And I've always had loud music in my ears. Probably not a good thing, but it's, I think I've built up a fuckload of earwax in my ears. I think that's a natural thing that occurs if you're around loud noise all the time. Your ears will naturally build up heaps of earwax to sort of block it in. And now, it's only just started happening recently. Now, every time I fucking yawn, my ears are like there's fucking shit in there, man. I need to do some fucking ear candles. Yeah, but I'm afraid when I do it, then it's going to open them up and be way too sensitive. Yeah. And I'll go to a gig and blow my fucking eardrums or something. So it's a grey area.
You haven't had them vacuumed, obviously.
No, what's it?
Yes,
stick the vacuum in it.
Sort of.
Yeah, probably will.
I don't know if it's audiologist or what they do, but who they are. But they sort of go in there with a little microscopic camera and just kind of suck it out. Oh. Have you done candling?
Nah.
That's buzzy too.
Yeah.
That's another thing that weirdly is showing up in my Discover feed at the moment.
You been talking about it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't think I've been talking about earwax.
It's fucked up how that happens, man. You talk about something with your mate next day or even within a few hours, they've got ads of that in front of you.
Yeah, I'm getting home gyms at the moment. I think location must be playing a part.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Do you go to the gym?
Nah, definitely not.
You broke your wing at New Year's Day.
Yeah, bro. yeah. It's a funny story. It's fucking
So don't surf kayaks? Is that the takeaway?
Surf and kayak, but maybe don't surf a kayak. But yeah, bro, that was a bit rough. That was right at the start of the trip as well. Oh no. That was first stop in, and I like to give everything a go, man, and I like to take things to the next level. I like to, I wouldn't just sit down in that kayak and go down that grass hill, you know?
Yeah.
I'd stand up with 3 other guys on it with a fucking beer in my hand trying to scale a beer. And yeah, the fucking... So
you weren't even the just hold my beer, I'm taking my beer with me guy.
Absolutely.
So you're that next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm going to do this with my beer.
Yeah, bro. Hold my beer. Fuck off. Take it with you. Yeah, bro, that was fucking gnarly. I think it was bro Dre that filmed me. He's a big boy, man. He fucking.
So what happened to it?
I tore my ACL only slightly. ACL and my rotator cuff.
AC? ACL?
AC.
AC.
ACL's your knee,
Yeah.
Yeah. AC and rotator cuff. But it was only slightly, like I didn't have to do any surgery or anything. It all healed itself. But it was a prick.
Yeah. You'll be pretty mobile on the old shoulders from surfing though.
Don't surf much, eh? Like I'll go out if someone asks me to come out, but I won't go out on my own accord. It's like that thing, man. I'd love to do shit with people. I'll do anything with a group of people, but I don't tend to feel like going out on my own. I worry about sharks a lot.
Yeah.
And especially there's been a hell of a lot more sightings, and I don't know, man. I'm very lucky unlucky. Like I'll get bit by a shark but survive, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'll be put in unlucky situations but have the best of luck out of those unlucky situations. So I can imagine myself getting into that situation.
Did you hit anything when you fell in the bowl in Palmy?
No.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was because you were going so hard. Like you dropped in and it was like warm up the side,
Yeah, bro.
smash around the lip, and then just like and back into the bottom. And you're like, sweet.
It's a big bowl, bro. That took a while to get used to it, but I fucking love it. Love skating bowl. It's probably the most free feeling that I could have. That's my surfing, bro. Skating. I've skated my whole life.
Would you give a fish board a go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've ridden a few fish, like bombed a few hills on some fish boards. Probably not like trying to do any tricks on them.
Yeah.
But I love cruising. I don't have one myself, but I'll fucking definitely go for it.
Yeah.
Is it bedtime, is it?
Yeah, I was about to say it's bedtime. No, you got half an hour. It's like, thanks, iPhone. Won't be doing that tonight. But cheers.
Shit, no. Fuck, I'm running off about 5 hours sleep the last 3 days, actually, yeah.
What's the vibe there? What's going on?
I'm feeling quite good, considering. No shit. I think I'm overtired. I think I've got a sixth wind. I'm on my sixth wind.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, we started early Saturday morning. Me and Zon went to we went and set up at the marathon.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was awesome, bro. We did about 7 hours freestyling. That's fucking sick. It was cool, man. Me and Zonny got to know each other a hell of a lot more. Like, obviously we know each other pretty well, but fucking we don't hang out as much as I've hung out with the other boys. Not for any reason, but it was cool, bro. It was cool to sit there and spend the day with Zon, and it was like another practice for freestyling. They had all their names on their numbers, so we were trying to entice all their names into freestyles, and it was an endurance test as well. We did a marathon ourselves.
How long did you say?
It's about 7.5 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, obviously not going the whole time, but a good majority of it.
So how far from the finish were you?
I think we were 10k in for the half marathon runners and 40k in for the marathon runners. Oof. So near the end for most of them and halfway for some of them.
Must check in with my flatmate if he remembers seeing you, because
he did it.
He was in the hurt box about there.
Ooh. Yeah. I saw a few people power chucking. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
he was. He went out with a flyer. Like I think he's done one before, and again went out with a flyer. He used to be quite a good, local runner around the old peak and things. And
yeah,
don't know if he did orienteering or not.
What's the flyer?
Not just running fast.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. But yeah, he went out under 6 minutes for the first half marathon. Yeah, going hard.
Oh,
and
wow.
then had a tough time, which that happens.
Yeah,
it happened to me.
Yeah, sure, it happens to many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting whether he remembers a couple of guys freestyling. Were the Hare Krishnas out? Do you know? Hare Krishna. They usually set up at marathons. They definitely do at the Auckland Marathon.
Well, no, what is it?
What is Hare Krishna?
It's a band.
No, it's a religion. They do play music though. Yeah.
Music's a religion.
Yeah, no, it's I don't even know if it is. It must be a religion. Yeah, they do like a real sort of chanting. It's quite meditative what they're doing at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll have like little tambourine clappers and stuff.
Sick.
And yeah, usually their chant will have the words Hare Krishna in it. Hare. I don't even know what it means, but when I first started doing yoga, I went to this place in Auckland called The Loft.
Yeah.
And there was a Hare Krishna setup. It was super chill. It was just kind of like, I think $10, maybe 12, and you did an hour-long yoga session.
Yeah.
Bit of a meditation afterwards, and then a good feed. Vegetarian feed afterwards.
$12 is a strange number to...
Yeah, I think it was like $10 for the class, $2 for the feed.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was ridiculously cheap. It didn't make any sense for the middle of Auckland. I don't know whether like the building they had got donated or they outright owned it, or but it's still rates. Like, it was bizarre, but it was awesome. Yeah.
Sick.
They set up in Wellington as well. I think they're in Dunedin.
Man.
That there might be a Sikh temple, possibly on Havelock Road by the apple orchard. That temple might be one. I'm probably wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong.
Yeah. No,
don't mean to offend anybody.
No.
Yeah, but
not offending me.
Yeah, not you.
No.
No. There's one near Hamilton. I know that. Yeah. So they like usually raise cattle, and so they do. I think they do eggs, maybe. Again, might be wrong, but they definitely do milk.
Do they offset their methane?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Pretty reasonably low impact inputs, I think. So probably.
Yeah.
It's a bit like growing your own vegetable garden, eh?
Yeah.
It's like it's organic.
Yeah.
If shit grows, well, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I've grown a few of my own herbs. Yeah.
A few tomatoes.
Yeah, bro. Like they actually got stolen not so long ago. Yeah, tomato plants.
No,
that's a bit rough. Yeah. That was real fucking rough, actually. Bastards. I think they had fucking drones up. A few people had said they'd seen drones going over the houses. It was either the cops or the mob. Yeah. Someone came in and did a fucking big raid on everyone's houses.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Must be tough to drive a drone in Napier though. Like the airport's right there.
Yeah, Harmos now.
Far enough away then.
Yeah, it's fucking nice out there, man. It's central to everything. 10 minutes to Havelock, 10 minutes to Napier. Yeah, you'd like it.
all the people coming to Hawke's Bay, eh?
Yeah, good point.
I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
Going to South Waikato.
Yeah.
Go where it rains.
Yeah. You like a bit of rain?
No.
What are you doing then?
Getting close to my daughter.
Oh, good call, bro.
It's
good cool. She there permanently?
No, she's in Pukekohe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's still a little bit of a drive, but...
Yeah.
Easier to sort out some logistics.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No, it's weird, eh? Like, had the weekend with her, and she's a bit grizzly, but...
How old is she?
3.
Nice.
You're allowed to be grizzly when you're 3.
Yeah.
Especially when you're tired.
Yeah.
Go to things like kindy.
Yeah. Oh, it's a hard life.
Ballet, kindy.
Yeah, bro.
It's tough.
Shit,
yeah. Now, it's funny, like, when you think about how you react to stuff, and you can talk and you can sort of express how you're feeling, and then you look at a 3-year-old and they're like, you just, like, I'm constantly telling her to slow down, just like, slow down, talk it out, like, stop grizzling.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that at all, but like, and then you, so there's this big concept like called unparenting, and so like when you're parenting your child, you also like parenting yourself or try to parent yourself, and then you also like catch yourself out just reacting, and you're like, come on.
I mean, like you said, right, it would be frustrating not being able to express how you feel. It'd be frustrating not be able to put it into words and not be able to be like, this is what I need. Give it to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't, I think the biggest thing for a 3-year-old is why can't I have it? Yeah. Which I think is probably the same as adults, and then we go and do stupid shit, or go and cope.
Or we just go and get it.
Yeah, or we go and get it. Rack up some debt.
Yeah, don't fucking get me started with debt, bro. Shit. I've probably paid back about 60 grand to the bank with nothing to show for it.
Or just interest.
Loans, crashed cars, dodgy deals. Fucking this fella Tom Francis. Fucking
Under the bus.
Yeah. Oh, straight away, fuck the cunt, man. He took fucking about $4,000 off me for this Twister feature, and then fucking one day hit me up saying that he was gonna make the song with someone else and not put me on it, and then I was like, alright, we'll get some contracts drawn up saying that we went halves on this verse with Twister, and he came
As
back,
in the like fast ass Twister.
yeah, bro.
How do you get that connection?
Well, I actually fucking got into contact with him fucking easily enough, like through the process. I just literally looked up contact Twister. No shit, and then it came
The
up.
internet.
Yeah, straight up. And then it came up with this little message bar where you could email him. And I was like, hey, just out of curiosity, how much is a feature with Twister? And he said, I can't remember what he replied with, but it was a bit more. It was a bit less than what I'd gone halves with on. And yeah, I fucking gave him $4,000 for this feature, and then that all happened, and he said he was going to make the song with someone else, and I was like, let's make up some contracts. And then he's like, well, I've just added up all the time that I've spent chasing after you and talking to Twister's manager and blah blah blah, and I've spent 100 hours. You owe me $11,000. And the day before that, I'd put my ute up on Trade Me for $11,000. So he was trying to take fucking every last dollar that I had. And I was like, fuck off, man. Like, I can't give you any money. Just give me what I fucking paid for. Give my money back.
Yeah.
And then it was just a big feud for a long time. Never saw any money. And he gave the song away. He gave the feature away for free in a competition on Facebook just to fucking rub it in my face.
And what's is he a producer or something?
Who? Tom?
Tom Francis.
Tom Francis. Nah, fuck. We don't need to talk about him. He's nothing.
He's nothing.
Yeah, he sells firewood for a shit price. It doesn't come through dry.
Gotta wait till next year.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking let's get away from that convo. So fucking lost some money there. Also got a loan for a car. The deal fell through, and then I went to Rhythm and Vines and blew about fucking $5,000 over years.
Easily done.
Yeah, man. And then, fuck. I've just always assumed that I will be fine. So I'm just like, yep, give me more. And the bank doesn't say no, bro. I was 16. Nah. I would have been 18. I just started my apprenticeship. I was 18. Went into the bank and I was like, hey, I was just like curious about. I really want to get a car. I'm not really into my fucking RBs, Skylines, Lorels. I really wanted a Skyline at the time. How much can I get? And she was like, oh, like how much do you want? I was like, fuck, $8,000. She was like, yep. Oh, sweet. $10,000. She's like, yep. I was like, how much can I have? She's like, as much as you want. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. Like, I've just started my fucking job, 18 years old, know nothing. I told my mum that I was going to do it, and she only told me this a few months ago. The only reason she didn't tell me no is because she assumed the bank would say no.
Yeah.
She was like, nah. She was like, okay, go and do it. And then when I left, she was like, no, I'm not giving him any money. Like, they wouldn't. Like,
So what did you end up with?
Way. So I got a $10,000 loan, bought a R33 Skyline, and then that turned out to be a mobile meth lab, an ex-meth lab.
How'd you find that out?
I got pulled over the fucking second that I got into Hawke's Bay, and they got me out of the car, put me on the side of the street, searched my whole car, took all my bags out, and fucking... I was like, what the fuck are you doing? What the...
I just bought this car.
Yeah, no shit. And he's like, well, this is actually a registered meth lab. I was like, what the fuck? It's a car. How can it be a meth lab? He's like, you see this shelf in the back? There's like, the boot had been redecked and fucking a little shelf in the back. He's like, yeah, they used to have a meth lab in it. I was like, what the fuck? You put
So then what did you have to do with the interior and stuff? Or was it, did they like impound it?
No, they let me go. But I'd get pulled up all the time and searched all the time. It was a prick. So I fucking sold that, and it ended up being, it wasn't even running right. The computer was fucked in it. So I sold it for less than what I bought it for, and
Cars.
sold it, and then got a loan to buy this 30 debt that I wanted. And that's when New Year's happened. That's when the deal fell through, blew all the money over New Year's. Got another loan and gave $4,000 to Tom, and then the rest went on a ute. I bought a big fucking raised Hilux, and I...
Take it off road?
Oh yeah, somewhat. I fucking took it to the park. Not long after owning it, took it to the park across the road from where I was living at the time, with a car full of people, and did some jumps and some doughies and rolled it. And it was actually fucking scary, man. I thought I'd killed some people. At the time, it was fucking horrific. I'd fucking rolled it, flipped twice, landed on the roof. All the hydraulics were upside down, so it I turned the keys off and pulled it out. My face was like scrunched up on the broken windshield, like mashed into this corner. Managed to find the keys like with my eyes shut, pulled it out, but it was just still revving, like all this fucking smoke and shit bellowing through the car. And I was like trying to yell at people. I was like, "Is everyone all good? Is everyone all good?" No answer, like from anybody. And I was just like full panic mode.
Was
like,
everyone in shock, or what was going on?
Everyone had got out, but I'd had no idea, because I was like in this corner. I was still stuck in my seatbelt, and because we were upside down, there's tension pulled on the seatbelt, so I couldn't unclip my seatbelt.
Yeah.
And just panic had set in, and I was just fucking losing my shit. Like, what the fuck do I do? And then about a couple minutes in, fucking one of the girls crawled back into the car, and she was like, "Cam, come this way." And I was like trying to boot my window out, so I'd got my seatbelt off. I sort of like took a breather, calmed. I was like, "What do I do here?" I was like, "Seatbelt's tension, so I need to get the tension off." Pushed on the roof of the car, took my weight off the belt, unclipped it, fell like into the fucking...
fall on you.
Yeah, bro, fell into the fucking windshield, and then started trying to boot the window out. Hard fucking windows, man. Like I would not have survived if I'd needed to boot that window out to survive.
The front one?
The driver's window.
Oh, driver's window.
Yeah, bro. I was trying my hardest. And then one of the girls crawled back in and was like, "Cam, come out this way. Like, you need to crawl out the back." So I fucking crawled out the back, and then got out, and everyone was out and fine, just like covered in mud and dirty ass. Yeah, got out, and we just watched it fucking seize up. Like I was out there, we were just watching it, and it was like, and then it just seized up, and then smoke poured out the engine, and that was it.
Did you get to look at the engine or no?
Nah, cops turned up like pretty much straight away. Tow truck turned up. The neighbour turned up, comes over, and starts fucking going off, and he's like, "He does this every fucking day. He's always fucking out here doing does in the park." I was like, "You're lying, shut up." Don't make this worse. But
So they give you dangerous driving or what?
nah, bro. So what happened? This is what I mean. Lucky, unlucky. So I did the whole interview with the cop. There was one real asshole cop and one real good cunt cop. Did the whole fucking...
That's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah,
good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, I guess so. But like just before everyone left, I ran over to the good fella cop and went up to his window, and I was just like, "Look, bro, I need my license for my job. I understand that this is my fuck up, and I know that this is a really dumb thing to do. If there's anything that you can do to stop me losing my license, just pile me up with fines. Like, just give me money to pay. Just please don't take my license." He's like, fuck, I'll see what I can do, man. Like, no promises. Next day he rings me up and he's like, "Look, man, you're a good fella. I can tell that you've paid the price for your lesson already. You've lost your vehicle, obviously. I'm not going to do you for dangerous driving, which I very well could. I'm just going to do you for obstruction of property." Yeah. So I just got like a few grands and fines to pay for the grass.
Because it's dangerous driving, basically eliminate all demerits straight away.
Dangerous driving is instant loss of license, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which I've had a few times. I think I've lost my license 6 times. 1 DIC, which sucks. Can't go to Canada. Which is like, it's like, no.
What do you want to go to Canada for?
I fucking love Canada, man. It's like, to me, it looks like New Zealand, like the same sort of people as New Zealand, just with a whole bunch of snow and just beautiful scenery. I mean, I haven't looked into it too much, but it just seems like the place that I want to be. I've had a few mates that have gone over there and a few mates that want to go there, and it just seems like where I want to be.
Yeah. That DIC one, I've heard both the fellas that run this thing called Ultimate OE, which is they train up down in South Canterbury and send people over to do guiding in Canada.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like, because usually that's school leavers or university leavers or people that have done an apprenticeship for 2 or 3 years and want a little break.
Yeah.
And yeah, the old DRC is their big.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
That's rough, eh? I mean, I feel like now they might have a bit of leeway because they're probably trying to get tourism in.
Yeah, that's a good hope.
Yeah.
They're also, if you look at the old, I don't know, depends who you're watching, but some people are feeling pretty cramped by the old style of the Canadian government and the rules going on over there. So maybe they might be stricter. Who would know? It's the world's weird place at the moment, yeah.
It is. Makes you fucking anxious, doesn't it?
Try not to, but it could. Yeah.
Just there's so much going on, man.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I want to go to Italy.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. I want to do one of those like 23andMe or Ancestry.com DNA things.
Yeah. And
see if I've got Italian heritage.
How old are you?
Me, 32. So I can still go to Canada.
Yeah.
But
what, can you only go up to a certain age?
Oh, so I think UK it's till you're 30. You can get a 2-year working visa.
Oh shit.
In Canada, I think it's 35. I think it's a 2-year working visa as well. If you're an Aussie, you can go for like 4 years. I don't know where they got such a good deal.
And if you're older, what, you just can't go?
Hey, you got to get sort of sponsored, I guess. What is what it's called. You know, like got to go through the whole immigration process.
Yeah.
You know, same for like people coming here for work. So all those people from the UK coming over doing gap years and stuff. I think they're also under 30, and same with Canadians under 35. They can come here. Oh, got him.
Sorry.
This is the shack.
Yeah.
I think they're coming here on that Commonwealth visa, and so they can just come here, get any job they like for 2 years, and they don't have to apply through immigration. Like it's still a visa, but yeah, you get that accepted, and it's the same with going to Canada. As long as you don't have a criminal record, then you're eligible for their 2-year visa. Yeah. But yeah, Italy. Why do I want to go to Italy? Food. Have you watched Chef's Table on Netflix?
No.
Oh, so it's just they just go around and look at like Michelin star chefs and just award-winning chefs and stuff. And there's this one dude, Massimo Bocura, I think that's right. He's a moderner, home of Parmesan cheese, and he's just a wizard, eh? And yeah, I don't know. I think I like the intensity, the passion that they have, like, you know, specific stuff like that, like cheese, like, or wine, or Rogan's always talking about this pork that they have that they only eat acorns, Parma ham.
What the pigs do?
Yeah, pigs do. So it gives them the buzzy flavour. Yeah. Parma ham, they like age it forever. That's what I want to learn.
Is it pigs that only eat Parmesan?
No, same place though. Parma, Parma. Okay. Yeah, so they just dry age it for ages, like put all this salt on it and stuff. Yeah, so that's one of the things I might try to do when I move to South Waikato is get friendly with some pig hunters and try and make sausages and ham and bacon.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Some slow food.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I think I like that slow food stuff. There's this, I don't know her name. Her sort of slogans like fat, salt, sweet, and something else. Fire, maybe. I'm ballsing this up. Anyhow, she has an episode that's about olive oil, and she just goes through all the process of how they make olive oil. Yeah. Like, it's buzzy at the moment in Hastings, all the olive trees that got fruit on them, and I'm like, man, I wonder if I could like collect a few of these up and brine them up, and how long it would take to get some good olives going.
Yeah.
I don't know, shit like that.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you cook a bit?
At the moment, I'm just doing like big stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just easier.
Yeah.
So, as I said, pretty gluten intolerant. So for lunch, I just eat leftovers.
Yeah. So
yeah. But yeah, I like cooking. So one of the things I want to do is get a deer farm and then do a farm to table restaurant. So there's this place. So when I lived in Australia, I lived near Byron Bay, and there's a couple of restaurants there. One's called Harvest, another one's called The Farm. And especially The Farm, they have a restaurant there, 3 Blue Ducks, which is all throughout Australia. These 3 really cool chefs. They go hunting and fishing as well, and really close to their food. And at The Farm, they've got saddleback pigs and massive vegetable garden, massive orchard, and rotational grazing and things like that. Yep. And then Harvest has, again, a little garden. They have a little Argentine barbecue set up down there. They get kind of like St George's over the way. They try to keep the food from a pretty close radius. Yeah. Northern Rivers is pretty rich. Like, it's got this massive. It's kind of like driving through Pukekohe, this deep red soil. There's this sort of, I don't know why, but there's a place there that does crystals, and then there's lots of happy people.
Yeah.
So it's all the vibe, eh?
Yeah.
It's just the vibe of the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like banana plantations and macadamia nuts, avocados. It's where I used to drive inland, and now that was the beef capital of Australia, Casino. So it's just a real rich soil. There's some lakes there that are called tea tree lakes. So you hop in them, and the water's like kind of, it's really clear, but it's also brown. It's like swimming in tea, basically.
Yeah.
And again, so it's healing. It's yoga teaching there, and all the things. There's another dude that I've yarned to, Mason. He's got this mushroom brand, Super Feast. So it's all those like turkey tail, jing, what else? Lion's mane, ashwagandha, all those good herbs and mushrooms and stuff like that.
Epic.
It's funny. Like, there's not really anywhere like that in New Zealand. Like a real healthy vibe. It's kind of Coromandel.
We've got the fucking land for it though.
Yeah. We've gone the other way, We've got Old Gloryvale.
Yeah.
On the west coast.
Yeah, just as good.
Old Aronga Tamariki went in there the other day. That's not so good.
What's that?
They had like child protective services.
Oof.
No.
Yeah, there's a whole other conversation,
Yeah.
Lethal shit. I'd like to fucking join a nudist commune though.
Yeah. Have you been to a nudist beach before?
Nah.
There's one like smack bang in St Heliers.
Yeah.
It's called. I have been
there.
Yeah. It's called Ladies Bay, I think it is. Yeah, it's pretty trippy. Like, it's, as you'd expect, it's a bunch of old dudes.
Yeah.
And then near Papamaya, it's like unofficial. My mate that lives up there, he was out for a run the other week. This must have been in the last year, and saw a couple in the Nick having a good time together.
Shit, yeah.
In the dunes. I don't know if they're actually on the nudist beach or not. But surely there's a fine line between being nude and getting it on in the dunes, eh?
Yeah.
Nelson, maybe that's the place. There's a campground there in Mapua, so it's like between Motueka and Nelson, and that's like a full-on like family holiday park. But yeah, clothing optional.
Fucking oath.
So maybe you need to go to Nelson, man.
Yeah. That sounds like my kind of vibe.
What's your attraction to a nudist colony?
I don't know, it's just freedom, bro. Like, fucking... We've had a fucking few nights in the flat where we've all just fucking got naked and...
Are you guys naked? Get your kid off drunk?
Shit, yeah. Oh, not all the time, but fuck, as soon as someone says it, we're doing it. Fucking on my birthday, the very Wills that I flat with, he's fucking pissed ass on the couch. I'm fucking walking around, and my bro Ethan had just come down. He'd been living in Aussie for a couple of years, or maybe a year or two. He'd been down since COVID. How long's COVID been going on for?
I was just trying to work that out today. I think we've got one more week, or maybe this was the week we went back. So I think
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year from level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been in Aussie for about a year, and he came down. And he brought his new girlfriend, and fucking were yarning, like just getting to know each other in the lounge. And Will's fucking gets a second wind, jumps up off the couch. He's like, "Cam, we're getting naked." Like, nah, bro, no, we're not. He's like, "We're getting naked. Get naked." And then he starts getting naked, and I'm like, "Fuck, man." Eater's new girlfriend doesn't want to fucking see my cock hanging out. Like, fucking relax. He's like, you're getting naked. So we got naked. And then he fucking goes and crashes out and he goes to sleep. So I'm the only one walking around naked, yeah.
Good.
Fucking set me up. But yeah, it's free, man. And it's cool. It's like, it's cool to check out everyone's bodies and fucking and accept the differences, and you know, like fucking imperfections become perfections. It's just cool to see everything.
Yeah.
In like such a mellow way. Like
it's a good mind shift, eh? Like,
yeah.
I remember being at Mapua, 13. So, you know, that's probably pretty influential in my life. And there was this lady in a house pass, and we walked along the front, and she's standing at the window. So it's the middle of summer. She's got an apron on, and so you just think that like she's in a bikini.
Yeah.
And then you walk past her, and it turns out, nah, she's in the neck.
Shit, yeah.
And then there was like people playing tennis and going from the tennis court into the swimming pool, or just, you know, lounging on the river there. It's not the greatest camping ground, but anyway, yeah, just lounging around. You go, well, that's weird, but at the same time, it's not.
It's refreshing, man.
Like, yeah, you're like, it's just humans.
Yeah, exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, it takes away the whole sexualization of it all, and you just see a human body for a human body, and you accept your human body for its human body, and it's just like, it's fucking refreshing. I fucking love it.
Yeah, and then like the same thing, like going to Ladies Bay with this ex-girlfriend I had in Auckland, and then, another one on the shore, and we went to a couple, that Pepper Mile one, and it's kind of like pretty funny how you go to the beach, especially if you're a chick, but like, and you're in a bikini, and then you're not in a bikini, but it's like you're basically, especially now, like not really wearing anything anyway. Yeah. And like, not that many blokes around in New Zealand wearing budgie smugglers, but if that was, you know, and even then, like if that was a vibe, then going from budgie smugglers to nothing is
it's not far off.
Not far off. Yeah. So I haven't done it for a while, but like, it is funny how it's like on surface it'd be like, oh nah, you're like, hang on a second, what's with that?
As soon as you're doing it, man, it feels fucking freeing and awesome.
Yeah. My good mates that I went to high school with, they get in the neck and go skinny dipping and stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas at Varsity in Auckland, actually I've got the old Varsity hat on now. Nice. We had 10 o'clock shirts off, and so I took that into my flat. Like in final year it was pretty good decision, because fuck, Auckland's expensive enough as it is without going on the town. And so we decided that we'd just host parties, not heaps, but half a dozen parties throughout the final year. And optometrists are a pretty conservative bunch. That's what people always say when they see me. They're like, oh, I didn't think you'd be an optometrist. I'm like, what do you think an optometrist looks like? It's just a person.
You're an optometrist?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Is it eyes?
Eyes, you got it. Yeah.
How's your eyesight?
Me? So I've had laser. I was a little bit short-sighted. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, well, this is my theory anyway, no one can disprove it or prove it. I got a couple of bad concussions, like a concussion when I was 13, and then a bad one when I was 16. Yeah. And then I became short-sighted. So there's a little bit of a stress theory going on with concussion. Yeah. Sorry, with short-sightedness. So when you get a concussion, your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight nervous system goes off the handle and is overactive. And so that's the opposite thing to trying to focus on your work. Yeah. So therefore, to compensate, your eye will grow to make that focus up close easier. Makes you short-sighted. Yeah. But then, of course, distance is blurry. And unfortunately, chucking a set of glasses on when your sympathetic nervous system is still ramped up, so you correct the distance vision, but your eye still wants to grow because it wants to compensate so that you can see easier up close. And it keeps going. So I went out to that perfect reading distance of -1.752, which is focused at about 40 centimetres, and stopped. And then going through uni, doing optometry, managed to get laser, so it was good.
Nice.
So, and again, sort of I ended up losing minus 0.5, so bugger all. That's probably that stress response going on.
Yeah.
And then, during COVID, being a bit more, well, not relaxed, but out at my mate's farm, I managed to get it back again, and it hasn't come back. So, fingers crossed, I stay at 0 till I'm 45. Yeah, that's wood.
Yeah.
God knows what it is. But, yeah. Nah, I've got an Aussie, so it's probably comes from Bali. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. But, yeah. When I'm 45, I'll need the old readers, and that'll be me. Yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, 10 o'clock shirts off with a bunch of conservative people. And for some, like our flat was just like, so I was still playing rugby. I was trying to chuck on a bunch of weight to play sevens at the end of the year and stay fit at the same time.
Yeah.
And my other mate, who's an optometrist, he just loved bench press. And then my mate Pat, he was doing sports science and rowing, so he was into it. And then my other mate Matt, he was doing engineering and rowing. And again, I think he was getting into triathlon then too. So it was just a good vibe. And then for our so again, optometry is weird. It's a bunch of really straight laced people, but at our balls and pub crawls, you always dress up. Yeah. So our theme that year was something along the lines of like Roman or that sort of vibe, and so we went as Spartans. We wore minimal clothes, minimal clothes. But of course, that meant we
when it struck 10 o'clock.
No, not even struck 10 o'clock. Showed up, but we worked hard. We basically did bodybuilding. Yeah. for half a year in a uni gym. That's not frowned upon. Doing some bodybuilding. Yeah. But no, it's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the best place you've got nude?
Shit. Probably just at home. Yeah. There's not too many instances, but I'd like it to be more.
Has it ever got you in trouble?
Nah, not yet.
That's good. That's probably keeping you at home.
Yeah, because you end up with a fucking what's it called?
Disorderly.
I think you end up with like a it's a criminal offence.
Indecent, that's the one.
Yeah. Public indecency.
Yeah.
Which I think makes you a sex offender.
For real?
I'm pretty sure it comes under that same category. If you have sex in public and get caught for it, even if you're having sex in your car, you get labelled as a sex offender.
Don't do it, kids.
Nah.
It's not comfortable anyway.
Yeah. It's got bad news written all over it.
Especially at the beach. Don't do it at the beach. I haven't done it at the beach. Yeah. But don't do it on water. Don't do it in water. Don't do it in your car. Don't do it at the beach.
Yeah, life advice. Take it from the man.
Someone might correct me on the beach one. I don't know.
Hey?
I said someone might correct me on the beach one. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Might be missing out.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Get a private beach.
Yeah, we'll bring a sheet at least.
Nah, sand gets everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a big sheet.
Fucking hell. This is what I mean, bro. These are the conversations that are roaming through my head when I'm trying to freestyle. Yeah. Shit just ends up dirty all the time.
Yeah. So you said that like with Suns and Freestyle Thursdays, that's the vibe you're trying to be producing for 5 years. Talking with Chambers, talking with Joe, even talking with Jack. I feel like you're this central pivot of this whole thing. Is that right?
I wouldn't put it like that, but...
Or are you the one manifesting?
I just, like... I guess, I don't know, I love to bring people together, and I can see what's out there that just needs a few introductions to make things happen, it's like just that cog in the middle that makes the other cogs move, but it's not like I'm necessarily the driving force of it, or the main key, it's just I can like I knew what Seamus had, I knew what Joe had, I knew what Zonnie had, and I know what I've got, and I knew that together we're fucking awesome, and all it took was just having having the space to do it and having somewhere for all of us to come and meet each other. And then things just kind of fucking fall into place on their own. Like with Jack and Misfits and the Three Style Thursdays, those things have just come. And it's not like I was out there looking for it. It's just that I knew a guy that did this. I knew a guy that did this. We're really good mates. And it all just fucking pieces together like the puzzle. I haven't necessarily like worked to make all of this happen. It's just been coincidental that it's all happened perfectly. And it just seems to be the way that my life goes a lot of the time.
Nice.
Yeah, just coincidental goodness.
Yeah. So, I wrote this thing. So when I moved to Hamilton, I'd gone. What had I done? Uni, changing flats every year. Got to Christchurch. I think I changed flats both years. And Christchurch is pretty cliquey. Lots of people went to school together. It's one of the first questions they ask you when you meet someone in Christchurch is, what school did you go to? And you go, I'm not even from Christchurch, man. Yeah, what school? And you're like, which I guess is fine. Like, it's an easy way to like figure out if you know someone.
Yeah.
But I was 25 and I was like, I've been to uni. I've been to 2 unis. You know, I'm working. I'm playing rugby. I'm into other shit. Like, school was so long ago. And probably, you know, I'm one of those people that school is fine, but I'd rather not go back there type situations. And then I got to Waikato, and the one thing I found in Christchurch was young professionals, and it was pretty good. We had a loose as day going around the breweries, and then, you know, a few meetups and stuff, and met some good people there, and then you catch up with them at the gym and that sort of vibe, or see them in rugby clubs and that sort of stuff. And then got to Waikato, and it was kind of like there was nothing. Well, there was the young professionals, but they weren't existent. And it was kind of like, well, how do you meet like-minded people? And again, but like you, thankfully I was at this thing, a Rotary leadership thing, and I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was too old, but managed to sneak in the back door. I knew someone that was running it, and I met my mate Gemma there, and we kind of got vibing on it. Like, she was from Australia. Yeah, she had gone through uni in Waikato, and now was out and beyond that. It's like, well, how do we sort of generate stuff as young people when there's no place? Yeah. And so we started this thing. So then when it was all done and set up, I kind of wrote this blog that it was like, well, when someone's pissing you off or someone's not right, why can't you be the person to do that?
To change it.
Because if you're feeling like that, there's probably a few other people feeling like that. Yeah. And like you say, with music in New Zealand, I know I'm screaming out for another homebrew. Yeah. You're screaming out for another homebrew, and you're a rapper, and you're like, we could be another homebrew. Fucking. And it's also like this podcast is kind of like, if you're looking at people, you know, like homebrew, or I don't know, I've always like 12 and 13, I like idolized David Beckham. Yeah. Like, I was like, fuck, that guy's just some dude from East London. East London, I think that's right. But he is the man. Yeah. It's like, what, you know, the old 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 head, you know, beautiful head. But like, why can't? And the same like with music and stuff in Hawke's Bay. Like, there's, you know, Art Deco is such a vibe and things. But like, why can't there be a hip hop crew come out of Hawke's Bay?
Yeah. Yeah. And they fucking can. They can, bro. Like, when it was kind of a process of seeing all of this talent and being like, fuck, like I need to work with this guy. Like, I want, like I say, bro, I want to be with people, and I want to do this with the people. I don't want to do this on my own. When I saw Joe at that market, I was like, there's no way I'm walking out of this market without having a collaboration with this man booked in, you know. Went up.
So what was that? What was your version of that story?
Went to the market with my girlfriend at the time. We just always went for fucking Sunday bacon sammies. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro, they're fucking good, man. And then sitting in front of this table, fucking watching Joey, and girlfriend at the time was really into Eddie Vedder. Into the Wild.
Yeah.
On the Canvas. Yeah, bro. He did the whole soundtrack for that. And
Have you seen Pearl Jam live or Eddie live?
Yeah.
Where at?
Oh, no. I haven't been to him. I've seen like fucking videos of it. Yeah.
See, we'll get back to this story because I want to hear it. But I went to that last big day out. Pearl Jam was there, right? And Mac Miller was there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Fucking lucky, man.
I know. And like, I went back and listened to that 2013 album, well, not heaps of it because it was with Billy, but listened to a couple of songs on it, and I was just like, holy shit. And do you know what amazes me about Mac Miller? Is Donald Trump. Like, I have that song on my tunes playlist because I fucking love that song. But that song came out in 2011. Mac Miller died before Trump even was in like presidency. Yeah, it's the trippiest thing to think about.
Fuck, there's so much of that too.
Yeah. Anyway, so sounded like Eddie Vedder.
Sounded like Eddie Vedder, and then he starts playing an Eddie Vedder song like off the bat as we're talking about it, just saying no fucking way, like we're staying to watch this guy's whole thing. I was like, I need to know this guy's name. Asked Mrs. if she had any money. She had a couple of dollars. Went and chucked it in his thing. I was like, what's your name, bro? Joe Cole. Shook his hand. Walked back to where we were sitting. Continued watching. Straight away looked up on my phone. Joe Cole, SoundCloud, Spotify, Facebook. Added them all. Messaged him on them all. I was like, yo, bro, just met you at the market. Let's collab. He's like, yeah, keen as. He sent me this beat that he'd made called Mellowland. And he's like, here, bro, like, fuck with this, see what you can do with this. And I wrote a song to it, sent it back to him maybe within a month. And he was just like, fuck yeah, like, that's a vibed with it. And then we just continued talking, like, what's your situation? And I think he was living at his mum's at the time, and he's like, and I was like, fuck, like, I had a spare room at my house at the time, right? And I was like, I just want to fucking make music, and I want to make music with someone, and I want to make music with you. Come stay at my house, live here rent free, let's just make some tunes until someone wants to move in. So I had a bro lined up that wanted to move in a few months' time. I was like, come live for a few months until he moves in. And we made some fucking magic, man. We had some epic nights, like, instantly became fucking great mates. Him and my missus at the time became fucking great mates, like, had our separate connections, but, like, and together we had fucking awesome times, and we made some awesome fucking music, man. And so one night, so to take it back a little bit, so Seamus, me and him got together for the first time. So his cousin or his mate told me about him, which was one of my good mates. Yeah, and said, you need to work with this guy. So like we started talking, and then we finally got together one night to have a jam and show each other's music and just sort of feel the vibe. And this was a few days before he was moving to Ireland, which was shit timing. I offered him the same thing, and I was like, don't move to Ireland, live in that room rent free, and let's make some fucking music. He's like, oh, it's tempting. It's fucking tempting, but I can't. I've got to do this.
Full circle, man.
Yeah, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so he did that. And then when Joe was living with us, Seamus had just moved back. So I was like, you need to come round. You need to fuck, like, I got this fella Joe Cole living with me. He's like, Joe Cole, like a fucking... He listened to his music and he's like, no fucking way. Like, this guy wants to make some fucking music. I was like, yeah. So he comes around and Joe brings Zonnie round as well. So I can't remember where I was, but I was coming home late. Seamus came over early, hung out with Joe. They clicked straight away, started making some music. And then Joe brings Zonnie round. I get in, walk in the door, everyone's fucking freestyling. I put my phone on video and just like throw it on the bed so like no one's watching, put this fucking pretty little fairy light on, turn the lights off, and we freestyled for like 3 hours. No shit, I've still got the video of it, bro. For 3 hours, like fucking getting to know each other through freestyle. It was fucking epic, man. And we just, since then, we just fucking clicked, like, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, make music. me and Joey was sitting down one night, fucking had a few beers, and we were like, let's make a group. Like, let's make a fucking collective. What are we gonna call ourselves? We like went through all these names, and we come up with Sons. He's like, what about Sons? Like, that's fucking epic. Like the Sons, like we're all sons of somebody. Like we've all got mothers. Like, we're all sons, and fucking it's like the lads, like we're the sons. What's it gonna stand for? And what the first thing that came to our head was Startup New Zealand. Fuck. Everyone's gonna think it's a fucking startup company. We can't run with that.
Yeah.
So we canned the idea for like a good hour, and we're just going off all these names. Like, what the fuck could it be? Like Sons was so cool. Sons sounded awesome, but we can't be a startup company. And I was like, bro, who the fuck's gonna think that it's Startup New Zealand? He was like, that's true. It's true. So what could SU stand for? And I was like, I don't know. Fucking Ultra New Zealand. Like NZ has to stand for New Zealand. Ultra, and then we like took it out to the lounge and talked to my missus, and we were like, yeah, we want to start this group, and she's like, oh yeah, so like something Ultra New Zealand. It's like, that's it. She's
that
like,
starts with S.
Yeah, but she was like meaning like something, like what's gonna be there, and I was like, nah, that's it. And she's like, yeah, what's that first word gonna be? I was like, something. Yeah, but what? I was like, something Ultra New Zealand.
It's like, dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, bro.
What's mine say?
Yeah. Dude, what's mine say? Sweet. Yeah, bro. Okay, so that was pretty much the birth of it, and then Joey, man, he has like unlimited amounts of incredible music on his laptop. Every time he opens it up, he pushes play, and it's like, oh yeah, I've got this beat. Haven't really done anything with it in a while, and it's like prolific as fuck. He's my favorite artist, bro. Like, I open Spotify and it's Joe Cole at the top every single time. Every single time I would drive to work in the morning, I put on Joe Cole. The amount of times the cunt has made me cry during the day, like at any hours of the fucking day, his music has a way of reaching deep down into your fucking soul. That's why he's called Soul, man. Like, that's why he's the soul of the group. Reaching deep down into your fucking soul, ripping out all your emotions, pulling them apart, and making you feel them, and fucking it puts everything right in front of your face. Like, you feel the emotion that he had when he was creating the music. You feel the emotion he's got when he's singing. You can feel it in the guitar. He is one prolific motherfucker, man. And
you thought of Eddie Vedder when you first heard him.
yeah,
mate. I thought of Matt Corby.
Yeah,
and like Matt Corby's someone that's made me cry, like big time, like bawl my eyes out.
Yeah,
and when I was listening to Joe, I was like, fuck, this guy's real good.
Yeah, yeah, man.
And it's funny. After talking to him last week, when it chucked it on at work, and of course I had to scroll through past all the explicit songs, and then it stopped being explicit, and I was like, sweet, play that one. Like, third word, fuck. It was like, oh, come on, Joe.
Is it Joey Backpack?
Yeah, it was kind of one of the older ones.
Get the fuck away. I know that's a song that is not labelled explicit and it's got fuck in it. Like,
yeah, I was just like, oh god, like,
yeah.
So like we've got our Spotify set up out in the reception area, and then I walked back into a workshop with my practice manager, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the guy I interviewed last night.
Yeah,
good tunes. And then fuck it, and I was like, I was like, I went past all the explicit ones, went back, moved to the next song, and then I think it was all good after that. So yeah, I don't think I'll be able to play your songs tomorrow.
Absolutely not, bro. Oh, there might be a couple. No, I've labelled every single song explicit, even if like I didn't even look through all of the songs to find a swear word. I just kind of assumed that it'll be explicit. So there might be some without swearing in it, but probably not.
What was that sticker? Used to be parental advisory requirement, something like that.
Yeah. I stuck that on the album cover too.
Nice. Yeah. What did you listen to when you were younger?
Fuck, man, all sorts. Bone Thugs and Harmony was a huge inspiration. Nate Dogg, Warren G, Tupac, Biggie, obviously. I don't think anyone didn't listen to them.
Me. and then I went to uni.
Yeah.
The Sevens boys at a Auckland uni, mate. They were freestyling Juicy all the time, mate.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what is this song? It's
No
fucking
shit,
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, you put that on in a van full of lads and fucking
White boy
everyone's-
from Invercargill, eh? It's,
Yeah.
didn't get exposed to too much to some,
True.
yeah. I've got a mean country playlist, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked you. I was actually thinking of that on the way over here. I was like, what kind
Now,
of do you
my
listen
music
to?
taste is fucking eclectic, eh?
Yeah.
So, like, that's what me and my mates joke at. It's like, we go from drum and bass to country.
Wide spectrum.
Yeah, and some hip hop is definitely in between. Yeah.
Okay. So you're what? Johnny Cash.
Nah, Blake Shelton is our big dude.
Yeah.
Morgan Mullins, he's good. Fuck. I can't think
What
right now.
about the Highwaymen?
I have heard Highwaymen, but no, they're not in my playlist. They're good. Yeah. I've been vibing back on some Strokes and Kings Leon and
Nice.
Black Keys and stuff
Yeah,
at the moment.
fuck it.
Fuck, I found it because Strokes and actually Black Keys have just released the album too. But yeah, been vibing on that new Strokes and Kings Leon stuff, and then so good old Spotify chucks a playlist, and I was jamming to that on set, and I was like, shit, this is good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music is a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah. And that's why I like full spectrum music. Like that's what was cool on Thursday. Like you guys were freestyling over top. What was that track? There, like, should we do some jazz? I was like, fucking A.
Yeah, bro.
Drum, bass, acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
and then you guys trying to fly over the top of it. And it was just like,
Yeah.
this is sick.
Fucking awesome, eh?
Yeah.
Like, the drums and the bass add that extra element, eh? So Huey, the fellow who's on the drums, fucking incredible drummer.
Yeah, man.
Holy shit. Wilsey on the bass. So Wilsey's the fellow that I live with. He's the man that told me to get naked. on his birthday. Yeah.
He's to blame.
Yeah. And Joey on the get, and then they want me to be the lead vocalist.
What are you guys? Yeah, fully.
Yeah, Fully. Yeah,
Another
bruh.
sick name.
Yeah. Oh, shit. So Yeah, Fully and Sons will eventually merge into one, but
Yeah.
I really think we need to start with Sons and Yeah, Fully as a separate thing. Enjoy both of them for what they are. Create in different ways, and then have a band for Sons and have rapping for Yeah, Fully. You know, like entice them in different ways.
Is that kind of like a live show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live
You
gigs.
watch Pendulum Live?
Yes.
Fuck,
The
it's good, eh?
drummer is unfucking.
That's what's so
real.
good about Shapeshifter as well. Eh?
Yeah,
Just
bro,
like,
and Shapeshifter, love Shapeshifter.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So Yeah, Fully. Where were we going with it?
Just two separate vibes to begin with.
Yeah. So it's me, Huey, Wilsey, and Joey. Oh yeah, and they want me to be lead vocalist, which fucking tripped me the fuck out at first. I was like,
Are you gonna sing?
well, that's kind of the way that they're thinking of taking it. Like, I've never considered myself having a good voice or a voice for singing at all, but I've got a range. I've got a certain range where I can't go any higher, but within that range, it can be quite good.
Yeah.
So I think if we create songs together,
Hold a
and
tune.
yeah, and if I fucking stick to what I know and to what I can do, it could be great. And Thursday night was like a taste for that. Like, I wasn't confident at all with it until Thursday night. I was like, fuck, like, I could do this.
Mm.
And it's out of my comfort zone, which is just where we like to be. I think I could fucking pull it off, and then we'll have some fucking fun finding out anyway.
Had you talked about it, revealing it on Thursday night, or did you just feel the vibe and go?
We didn't. It wasn't planned for us all to be there at all. Wilsey came last minute on the bass because we were like, "Fuck, we got drums. Joe's on the get. You want to jam the bass, Wilsey?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it." Yeah. Wilsey's going to be our guest in a couple of weeks, so that
Nice.
we can focus on him
Wicked.
because he's an unreal bass player, man.
And so Hugh, did he end up playing in Palmy? Or
Mm-mm.
no, he was just with you.
Nah, he did the he at Three South Thursdays at Paisley stage. We had him on the door, and in like the last.
Why did you guys have to run the door?
I think it's just part of it. Like, you got to find someone to man the door.
Take
And
the payment.
If one of the boys don't want to do it, you probably got to pay someone to do it.
So did you get to take the door for that show? Or
Yeah,
no?
pretty sure at Paisley you get all the door sales. You don't have to pay to hire the venue. They just get the drinks.
The drinks. Yeah.
and they give you cheap piss too, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
So did you just get a few in?
A few
people.
I think there's 60 plus. Right?
Yeah.
For our first one, it was fucking epic. Like, it was a good amount of people to have sitting around on couches. Everyone was fully invested in and interested in what we were up to. It was a fucking cool night, man. Like, it couldn't have gone any better. It had the comedic value, the freestyles, shit talking. We talked about mental health for a while. Like, it had all the elements that we wanted to be in there. It was natural as fuck, and we got nothing but positive responses from it. There's going to be many more of those. Yeah, the live sessions.
Yeah. So on one of the, you brought up mental health here, on one of the 3 styles, you threw it back at Jack.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the confidence to do that, man?
Like, it's questions that needed to be asked, bro. And he had voiced in the past that he wanted, that he's like, bro, if you've ever got any questions for me, fire some questions at me. Like, it doesn't always have to be on you. And it was
that after he done the follow-up video?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And so that's when it was raw as fuck, and he wanted to talk about it all that night. And
it must have been before he did the campaign as well.
Yeah, it would have been just before. And he wanted to, like, it's questions that fucking everyone's asking themselves, you know, but because Jack's always the interviewer, he's always asking the questions. Nobody really finds out about what's going on in his head. And there's got to be a lot, you know. He's dealing with everyone else's.
His teams must be bombarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And constantly talking about it, constantly finding out harsh truths about it. And that was kind of just a way to let him vent about it at the same time as letting everyone else know what's going on in his head. Just to flip the switch.
Yeah, man.
Which needed to happen.
Yeah.
On all accords, you know. Not only for him, like we had conversations in private about it, but not only for him, not only for the viewers, but for him as well. Like, just as much as everyone else needs to get their shit out, the person that's listening needs to get their shit out as well.
Yeah. Because
it takes a toll.
Yeah, like Hawke's Bay is a small place, and a mutual family friend of theirs, and we got talking about Jack. And I sort of said how I'd done the podcast. He said, "Yeah, I'm catching up with Jack, making sure he's all right."
Yeah.
I was like, mate, that's awesome. Like, older guy.
Yeah.
He's he's got some life experience.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's good to know. And then I saw you sort of bring it up on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's really good to see that people like Brooks Casey and Andrew Mulligan and things
legends
reaching out to him and giving him the capacity and hopefully it's a shared experience, because fuck, even last week, like, there was I can't go up the peak at the moment because of someone doing the same thing, and we got to work today and found out it was a colleague, and it was just like,
oh fuck,
you're like, fucking hell, like,
it's fucking heavy shit, man.
Not great for your Monday. You're like, man, what does that, like, I don't understand it. And
it's fucking so hard to wrap your head around, but you understand at the same time. Everyone's been to a fucking low point in their lives, you know. Everyone's felt those feelings and thought those thoughts. To feel like you've got no other fucking option but to do that, it's like, you must be in a fucking horrific place, and it makes me fucking sad thinking about it. That's why all of this is so fucking important. The mental health campaign, even just fucking throwing the words out there every now and then, and just making sure that everyone knows that we're no fucking different. You know, like, we hold up a good front for the camera. There's been a few times, 3 Star Thursdays, where I've not been in the right headspace to do it at all. But as soon as that camera comes on, you put on a facade, for the camera, and like not for any reason, but I want it to be a good time for everyone, you know. So to bring it up in those situations and show that just because you're on the camera doesn't mean you have to always have this facade is important as fuck for people to realise that you don't always have to hide it, and there's opportunity to talk about it, and becoming vulnerable makes vulnerability appealing. As soon as you start talking, people are like, it opens the floor for people to be like, fuck, okay, if he's talking about it, I'm going to talk about it. You know, like take that first step so other people can take the step. Freestyle Thursdays has been a huge platform for that recently.
Yeah. But it's good. It's kind of like this podcast. It's kind of covert. Like, brought on people like Dan Doty from Everyman in the States. And, you know, the hope is that, you know, hunters, people into music, people that are into sports, people into nutrition come along. And then they hear like a different person speak about being able to vocalise what you're feeling. And you're like, there's blokes in New Zealand, it's pretty bloody difficult. Like,
it's fucking hard, man.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but wasn't modelled to me. No disrespect to my dad, and my dad's amazing. Yeah. But and I'm super lucky that I get to grow up with him and talk with him. But when it comes to saying how you bloody feel, it takes a bit to engage.
It's the way that they're taught.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like Generation Z is the fucking change. Like,
yeah, you're saying Generation Z is someone that's like Y millennial. It's kind of like seeing these kids come up that, you know, it's in their vernacular. You kind of go, what's the missing link here? And I think it is probably those ex-parents. Like you see well, even Joe Rogan, like, you know, he's an exer, and he's kind of grown up with, like he talks about growing up in San Francisco as a child, going to Miami, seeing things that didn't match up with his life experience as a child. They didn't have technology, then they did have technology. They've seen both sides of it, and then those people now have kids who are in their 20s, and they've had that fostering, and it's like, like generations do move, generations are different, and each one of us is kind of moving the needle on things. And and with social media, with podcasts, with conversations, being able to tap into lots more people more easily. You don't have to sit down and, you know, isolate yourself and read a book for 12 hours to get an idea. You can listen to somebody for 2 hours and grab an idea. It's pretty amazing, and it's definitely shifting the needle on things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. It's... yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. It's just becoming more and more... like it's just becoming more and more common and more accepted, which is fucking great.
What tools do you have? Like, Mondays after being with Billy is always pretty tough for me. Like, especially actually Sunday night is. And like, you know, the thought last night was like, fuck, I have a sick day tomorrow. Yeah. And then I was like, nah, can't have a sick day tomorrow. Yeah. Could go to the gym after work. Could do this podcast with Caamzie after work. Yeah. And plus then you're letting a whole bunch of people down.
That's it, man.
Plus that's not a good look. Like you're on this 3-month workout period, but like, hey, it's, you know, you can still do it. Yeah. But there was definitely that, you know, the fuck it, I'm done. Yeah. Done vibe going on. Like throw the papers in the air, stuff this. And I don't know what I would have done all day. That'd be boring as shit. You would have fucking regretted it. The instant you've done it. I'm an active relaxer at the best of times, so I don't know what I would have done for a freaking sick day. But like, I think that's partly why I do have lots of shit in my life. It keeps me accountable. Like, what about you? Like, what you're saying even about like showing up to Freestyle Thursdays, you know?
Like, it's exactly that. I don't like to disappoint people, and I like to be a man of my word. And like, especially fucking today as well. Like I said, I had no sleep Saturday night, 5 hours sleep last night. Woke up this morning and I was like, felt like I'd blinked. Like, no shit. I was like, no way, that's my alarm right now. No fucking way, that's my alarm. And I was like, picked up my phone, and I was like, do I text my boss? Like, what fucking excuse can I have? Do I just be honest and tell him I fucking need to sleep? And then I was like, fuck, like, you're supposed to be starting at the gym trap early this morning. You told the boys you'd be there at 7:30. If you don't turn up, they've got to find someone else to come and do it. That's a fuck around for them. I've taken 3 days off next week to go away for the bro's birthday. If I take a sick day now, it's just going to look even shitter, like I don't give a fuck. And then fucking during the day, I was like fucking half falling asleep up on the scaffold. And I was like, fuck, like, what do I text the bro and tell him I fucking need to sleep and can't do the podcast? Should we reschedule for Wednesday? And I was like, nah, because like we fucking, like, I can just talk about being tired on the podcast.
We are.
You know? Exactly. And I don't want to let the bro down, and I don't want to say that I was going to do something and then not do it. I'll feel more shit about myself. Like you say, like, what would you have done all day? I probably would have slept all day today. But like every other time I've pulled a sickie, I've gone to go back to sleep and I just can't go back to sleep, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? I could probably go fucking make some money at work.
Yeah.
You know, like, that makes sense. And it's also been driven into my head that that's just what you do. Which kind of sucks. Like, 5 days a week, you're working, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's just been my life for the last 5 years, which is fuck all compared to a lot of people. But 5 years driven into your head that you wake up and you go to work 8 to 5, that's just mandatory.
Yeah.
It's like there's no working around that, because I had fucking debt to pay.
Yeah.
For a long, long time. I only just got out of debt.
Yeah.
Since I started my apprenticeship, for the whole time until I was qualified, 5 years. Should have taken me 4 years.
You could have got a student loan, man. 60k. That's a good
Exactly.
student loan.
I could have gone to uni, and I'd probably be in the same exact situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah. I think mine was 96.
Oh,
Got about 30 to go.
it's fucking rough, eh?
I think it's another 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Mate, 7 years of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Some hard times, but
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
The only reason I'd go to uni is for the party life. Like, I still want to go to uni.
Yeah.
I'd rack up 90k for a few years of partying.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, it's always funny when people are like, student loans are so rough. And you're like, are they? Like,
It's
those people work there.
interest free, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you go to Aussie. But,
Sure.
so what?
Yeah.
It's, you offset, like, some years of your life. You learn some amazing things. And, like, I'm just lucky that what I put my energy into has meant that, pretty good salary for what I do now. There's now 8 years being offset of the student loan, but still is, you look at average wages in New Zealand, and you look at things like, the government freezing public service, you're like, oh, shit. Thankfully the career I'm in, means the government can say we're not important in COVID, but hey.
Yeah. Do you still enjoy what you do?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So that's where this podcast fits in.
Yeah.
At the end of uni, my older brother sent me a couple of TED Talk links, and he's like, watch these. And one of them was about finding your purpose, I think it was, and it was a pretty simple tool. It was kind of like what you were doing and then why you were doing it. So it was a bit like what Simon Sinek talks about, but it wasn't Simon Sinek. I can't remember who it was. And I wrote this thing down, and it was like, I allow people to see the world to the best of their ability and improve their lives. And I was like, man. I was like, and so I've been able to, and that was basically my first draft.
Yeah.
And it's been how I do things ever since I left uni.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just, I don't know, like my older brother probably had an existential crisis sometime. I think he was in Hawke's Bay, working for Waddies. And he must have stumbled across it, and it's just like, watch these two videos. And it's guided me, and so I've got that in the front of my diaries. Try my best to journal. sort of write down some gratitude, some quotes, and then 3 affirmations, and then try picture myself in the future, and then be grateful for the life that I've had. And so especially today, it was just like being grateful for being Billy's dad. And she's, there's a little bit of you hear about like vision boarding or like visualization and that sort of stuff. And it was like like being grateful for being her dad, and just like having that relationship with her. And so that's the sort of vibe that I get on. And so like on a Sunday night you feel shit and you kind of think, it's a pretty cushy job, like, oh, I've got to be in at work early this morning at 8:15. Like, get a grip, mate. Like, oh man, I've got to get out the door at 5:15 and go to the gym. Like, fuck, got it cushy, man. Bro. Public holidays, don't worry about them. Work the old half day on a Saturday. No, it's pretty amazing. And so and then you get to interact with sort of 14 people a day. Some conditions out there, like there's this one that affects the clear part of the front of the eye, and it makes its cone shape, so everything's all distorted. And you chuck this rigid contact lens on, so it creates a new surface, and the person can go from like 10 times the driving standard, and then you'll give them 20/20 vision, and just when you're trying to fit the lens, so you're not even the lens they're going to take home. Anyway, you see, like one guy that picked up his lenses or checked his lenses today, and he needs them for his heavy transport, and it's like, mate, we're in the money. It's like you can carry on with your life. So like shit like that, it's pretty amazing. Like,
I picked up my mate's glasses the other day and shit, and I put them on, and she was like, oh, you're not gonna like them, man, like it'll fuck with your eyes. And I put them on, and I was like, whoa. Did
you kind of feel like
I could see fucking 10 times clearer than I'd ever seen in my life before. I was like, wow, holy fuck, this is incredible. And she was like, maybe you need glasses. And I was like, nah, I've got pretty good vision. But then I took them off and I couldn't focus my eyes. I was blurry for like a good few hours.
You haven't been sleeping.
No, I don't sleep often.
So she's, my guess is that she's short-sighted. You haven't been sleeping. Your focus is over-focused. You chuck those on and it's like neutralising that focus, and then you're taking them off, and your like focus is like fully engaged into where that focal plane was, and then you like need to relax your eyes again.
You're absolutely right. She's short-sighted and I haven't slept.
Me.
So my eyes are fine?
Probably.
Nice.
Probably. And also putting on short-sighted glasses, so when we're testing people's eyes and we're like checking, especially when they're short-sighted, but like give them that extra short-sighted just to check. And we're like, is that better, or is it just smaller and darker and crisper? And they're like, yes, that one. You're like, okay, good. You don't need that. Right. So that's what you would have been feeling, but in a quite a big way. That's good. Good. Sweet, man. You should probably get some sleep.
Still got a few more beers.
Now you got to drive over, is it? Where do people find you, man? You're on Spotify, which is cool. You have to put up another album, man.
I am about to put up another album, like I think within the next month. I've said this a few times, but it was actually due to come out last year, but I pulled pin on it and redid the whole thing, restructured it, and took out heaps of songs, put new songs in. So it's called Funk Master Z.
Funk Master Z.
I love funk, bro. That's fucking Nate Dogg, Warren G, Bone Thugs, 4 hours, like just melodizing lyrics. That's where I reside. That's where I find my niche. So Funk Master Z coming out very soon. Caamzie on Spotify, Caamzie. It was actually my Xbox gamer tag.
Yeah,
bro.
What did you play?
Modern Warfare 2, all the Call of Duties. Back in the day, anyway, it was mainly Modern Warfare 2, trick shotting, fucking sniping. If you look up Caamzie on Spotify, it'll come up with nothing but trick shot videos. So I need to change that to music. But Caamzie, Caamzie on Spotify, SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram. It's all spelled the same.
The videos are on Spotify or YouTube?
The videos of the trick shotting are on YouTube.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But there's actually also Caamzie on YouTube Music.
Right.
But
Good.
you have to look up YouTube Music, I think.
Right.
Yeah. But it's all there, man. New album's coming out soon. And Sunz. SUNZ, something in New Zealand.
Yeah, man.
Fucking look out, man.
Mean. So what keeps you in flow, man?
What keeps me in flow? People.
Yeah.
I fucking love humans, man. I love sharing energy and time and opportunities and moments with humans. I love good people. I search for good people, I find good people, and I hold on to those motherfuckers forever.
Man.
And that's what keeps me in flow.
Shit, yeah. I like that. It's a bit of me too, man. It's
Yeah.
cool. That's so many podcasts.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
how many
What's this, 192?
91.
191.
191. Man.
Good. It's a good number.
Cool.
I like it.
Let's call it.
Yeah, bro. Cheers for having me, kids.
Cheers.
Legend. Cheers, brother.